Okay, good morning, everyone. My name is Sean Murray, and along with Lindsay Scheit, we represent two of the nurses who were involved in the Delnor Hospital hostage situation that took place last May 13th. We've called this press conference to correct some misinformation that's been widely reported in the media. First and foremost, it's been said that the nurses were not injured, when in fact, one of the nurses was repeatedly beaten, she was tortured, and she was raped. Also, there was a pattern of conduct on behalf of the officers that were supposed to be guarding the inmate that directly led to this incident occurring. Going back to May 8th of 2017, Mr. Taiwan Salters, he was an inmate at the Kane County Correctional Facility, was admitted to Delnor Hospital. By history, he was known to the Kane County officials to be a career felony offender. He was on suicide watch. On two separate occasions, he had harmed himself to get out of jail. He had demonstrated a pattern of manipulative and deceptive behavior. He had also been combative. With all of these different things going on, that should have triggered some sort of heightened protocol within the Kane County Sheriff's System while detaining Mr. Salters at the hospital. However, the opposite happened. From May 8th through May 13th, while Mr. Salters was at the hospital, a guard was found sleeping on a couch while guarding Mr. Salters. Guards were repeatedly observed using their personal cell phones, using their laptops, or watching TV. Mr. Salters was supposed to remain shackled at all times while at Delnor Hospital. However, our investigation has shown that Mr. Salters was being unshackled whenever he complained that he had to use the restroom. On May 13th of 2017, before Mr. Salters escaped, he was again unshackled by a guard when he said he had to use the bathroom. Our investigation shows that the guard then left him unshackled for possibly as long as 30 minutes or longer. During that time, he wasn't cuffed, he wasn't restrained in any manner whatsoever. At some point, Mr. Salters made a move on the guard. He took his 9mm handgun and he left the room. Our investigation shows that after that, the guard left the room, ran down the hallway into another hospital room, and possibly hid behind a hospital bed. We know that guard made a phone call. However, our investigation has shown that beyond that phone call, there was no other action taken on his behalf to help the hospital staff and the hospital nurses that were walking the hallways at that time. Mr. Salters was naked. He was walking down the hallway with a gun. He went into a nurse's office and he took her hostage. He demanded that she take off her clothes so he could put them on. He took her car keys and cell phone. He physically restrained her and he held her at gunpoint. He threatened her. This went on for several minutes, and at some point a second nurse came in the room. Mr. Salters released the first nurse and took the second nurse hostage. The second nurse was nothing short of a hero. She convinced Mr. Salters to let her use the phone. She used the phone to call downstairs and warn other hospital employees of what was going on. She warned them that he had a gun. She warned the other hospital employees that he was threatening to shoot. She was able to call a code that triggered procedures within the hospital so other people would be aware of what was going on. And then she led Mr. Salters down from the 3rd floor to the 1st floor of the hospital, down to an area where she figured that no other hospital employees would be, so they would be safe. Her actions that day likely led to many other hospital employees not being harmed or being killed.